2016 movie, though. A lot of backlash from it. A lot of people didn't like it. Do you get a lot of backlash for having this car around?
Not a lot, no. Pretty much everyone loves this car. Every once in a while, there's that purist that comes out and is like, that's not a 59. It's like, I'd like to see the car that you're driving as your daily. The guy that, there's always that one guy that's like, that's not a 59 Cadillac Miller Meteor. The only Ecto is the one. It's like, okay, well, some people think this is from the original movie. They don't even realize it's from the 2016 movie. You know, they don't care enough. It's just fun. The Ghostbusters is fun. So for the most part, there's just one out of like 1,000 people, might even more than that actually. Someone will say something. You'll hear them walking by. You'll hear them like right now. We're doing an interview. That one nerd guy will walk by, and there's nothing we can do about it. He knows we can't because there he is right there. Actually, see him. But it was funny too. We were Sony invited a bunch of us out to the premiere in 2016 for the movie. So we got to go to Sony Studio. They had the premiere in Hollywood Boulevard in California, and we were there and we got to watch it in is it Ming's Chinese Theater?
It's Grauman's Chinese Theater, but it's actually owned by somebody else now. It's like it might be Ming's now. It's owned by some Chinese company owns it now.
Right. So that's where they had the premiere there, and Paul Feig was there, and he said they've got I believe it's the largest screen in the country. It's like the third largest in the world in that theater, and the movie's a 3D movie. So the 2016 movie was designed to be a 3D movie because that was 2016, and that was kind of a thing back then. So Paul Feig was like, I want the Ghostbuster fans to see it in this big screen, which they were previewing it with the celebrities before that. So all the celebrities are there. They had us waiting on the roof of the Wax Museum, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. We were on the roof there. Papa John's loves Ghostbusters, and he provided pizza for all the Ghostbusters that were there. So the roof was like full of pizza and pop, and we were waiting for the celebrities to watch the movie. And then Paul Feig brought us all down after they were done, and we watched it. A bunch of Ghostbuster fans from around the world. We all watched the movie for the, and he's like, you guys will make or break this movie. And what's really funny is everybody loved it. All the Ghostbuster fans that were there were like, this is great, this is awesome. There was only a couple that were like, I didn't really like it. It wasn't really what I wanted. And we're like, well, it's not for you, it's for the new fans, the new generation. And there was only like a couple people that didn't like it. And we got a backlash because 2 of them were in our group. We had about 20 of us that went there. 2 of them were in our group, and there was this whole discussion of like, the New York City Ghostbusters were like, hey, the people in Detroit, they're saying they don't like the movie. They were saying people booed it because one of our members went onto Reddit and was like, I didn't really care for the movie that much, but he never said anything about booing. But somehow on a Facebook thread, there's like the Detroit group and the Michigan group where they were saying that they were booing and they didn't like it. But then the movie hits theaters, right? And there's this whole negative outlash against the movie. And then everyone's like, oh, we didn't like it either. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you guys literally gave us crap for like, because a couple of our members didn't like it. I like the movie. I love that movie. I've watched, it's okay if you guys don't. Do you like it? Yeah, so it's fine. It's not related. Afterlife was great, right? Who didn't like that Afterlife? So it could have been better. It wasn't perfect. It could have been better, There's a whole I thought the firehouse was a Starbucks. What's that all about? Then we go look at the end of the movie and it's not a Starbucks? Right. So there's inconsistencies, which, who directed Back to the Future? Steven Spielberg? Zemeckis. Yeah, Robert Zemeckis. I bet you no hard feelings towards Jason Reitman, but I bet if Robert Zemeckis directed the Ghostbusters movie, there'd be a lot more consistencies and not those little couple of questions that those nerds are watching and they're like, I thought the firehouse was a Starbucks. I thought that Egon took all their proton packs, and how did they just show up with 4 proton packs if he took everything? And wasn't there a second movie and a video game that does just exist?
I think you just ruined that movie for me because I didn't think about it.
That's what I mean. So the reason why is because we're here in the spotlight all the time, and fans are always coming up to us, and we got to be the experts, which I really view myself. Yeah, I'm a fan. We're all Who doesn't like? Well, there's people who don't like Ghostbusters, but most of us like Ghostbusters, right. And I do this because I like to entertain people. Man, that guy looks like Lewis, doesn't he? If he just had the cauldron on his head, he's got the blue shirt. Oh, yeah. Anyway. So
Inadvertent cosplay.
yeah. But our group, we like to entertain people. That's why we do it, So we like Ghostbusters too, but it's like, so we got to know all that stuff.
Right.